And then you left and you took your co-worker home. And when you returned approximately 20 minutes later, what did you find?
Christy was there, and Ted was with her.
Yes, and would you please tell the court exactly what happened?
When I got back, I saw them talking, arguing. And I didn't think it was right for me to go in. And then I heard Christy say she heard someone outside, and I didn't want her to think I was butting in or eavesdropping, so I took off. Listen, I know Ted pretty well. I wouldn't have left if I
please,
thought...
Miss Perkins, only answer questions that are asked of you. Now, knowing the defendant as you do, have you ever seen him angry?
Not very often.
Would you say that he was angry when you saw him that night at the beach snack bar?
Yes.
Had you ever seen him that angry before?
Objection, irrelevant.
Witness may answer yes or no.
Had you ever seen him that angry before?
Not that I remember.
Now, would you happen to recall what the defendant might have said to Ms. Duvall during this argument?
I didn't hear very much, but I thought I heard Christy saying...
Miss Perkins, I asked what the defendant said.
Ted told Christy that she better keep the promise that she made him. And if she didn't, he would make her. I didn't know at the time what they were talking about,
well,
but now...
what you did know at the time is what we're interested in, Miss Perkins. What did Ms. Duvall say to the defendant in response to his threat?
Objection, Your Honor. There is no foundation or facts to support the DA's conclusion of a threat by the accused.
Overruled. Witness will answer the question.
She said that if Ted touched her again, that she would mark him up.
Thank you. Miss Perkins, you may examine.
Jade, would you say that Christy seemed frightened of Ted that night?
Objection.
Let me put it this way. Mr. Patterson would have us believe that you left the beach snack bar, leaving Christy in imminent danger. Was that your impression?
No, not at all. I know that Ted and Christy really like each other. I mean, as friends.
I see. One more question. We have been left with the impression that the argument you overheard was about sex. Now, in your judgment, could the defendant have been demanding something else, an object, a piece of jewelry?
Objection! Leading the witness. Answer calls for speculation. Witness has testified she did not know what was being discussed.
Sustained. Strike that question.
Thank you, Jade. That's all.
May step in.
How bad was that? Could have been worse.
People would like to call Mary Duvall to the stand.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please be seated.
Ms. Duvall, you're Christy Duvall's sister, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
And you're a licensed nurse in Ventura, is that right?
Yes.
Ms. Duvall, would you tell the court, please, how you and Jade Perkins found your sister on the morning of July 18th?
I went to the beach snack bar to find Christy. I heard that she had left her job at the Capwells, and I thought Jade might know where she was. I saw my sister first. She was lying behind a jukebox, and there were boxes and chairs hiding her.
Would you describe, please, her condition when you found her?
Objection. Witnesses only. A nurse expert medical testimony has already been offered.
Your Honor, witness was the first to examine Ms. Duvall.
Overruled.
Your Honor, counsel is only trying to wring an emotional response from the witness.
Overruled. Witness will answer the question.
She was unconscious from shock. There was evidence of concussion from a severe blow to her head. She had this one large gash on her forehead, along with other cuts on her face. And she had bruises around her eyes and her mouth where she'd been.
Ms. Duvall, we can't hear you.
Where she'd been beaten. Her arms and her shoulders were bruised, and the most severe contusions were on her lower body.
Ms. Duvall, were you present at the hospital when your sister regained consciousness?
Yes, I was.
What were her first words?
She named Ted, just his first name, over and over even before she came to.
And after that?
Well, Inspector Castillo was there, and he asked her who had done this to her.
And did she name anyone?
Yes, she said it was Ted.
Thank you, Ms. Duvall. You may question. Ms. Capwell?
Miss Duvall, you were until recently a nun in the Catholic Church and the Order of St.
Objection. Entirely irrelevant.
Your Honor, if I may, the witness's decision to leave the church has a significant bearing on the case.
You had better be right, Mr. Campbell. This line of questioning will be stricken from the record. Jury, take notice.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mary, could you describe to us briefly why you left the order?
I decided that I had been impulsive, that my reasons for going into the convent were not entirely religious.
I see. And did certain factors relating to this case influence you in that decision?
In a way.
What factors?
I found that I was feeling an intense resentment toward the defendant, and it wasn't compatible with my religious teachings.
Intense enough to be called hatred?
Yes,
And was this also an impulsive feeling?
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, wasn't it not only incompatible with your religion, but incompatible with the evidence at hand as well?
No, I believed my sister.
Mary, has your sister ever lied to you or withheld information that might adversely affect your opinion of her?
Objection. Vague, irrelevant, inviting speculation.
To your knowledge.
Overruled. But you're on shaky ground, Mr. Capwell.
Thank you. Has she?
Yes.
How often? More than once or twice?
Yes.
I see. Then isn't it possible that she may have lied to you about who raped her?
Objection. Mr. Capwell's question calls for speculation and is deliberately inflammatory.
Sustained. Please proceed, Mr. Capwell.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, weren't you impulsive on another occasion, Mary? In the hospital, you overheard Christie repeating the defendant's name over and over. Then a short time later, when she regained consciousness, she named Ted Capwell. Do you recall what was said in between?
Yes, Inspector Castillo asked her who had done it.
Uh-huh. And did she answer him?
No, not right away.
Well, who spoke first?
I think I did. I think I asked her again.
Did you, Mary? Or did you ask her something different? In fact, after Christie regained consciousness, wasn't it you and not Christie who named Ted Capwell?
No, I just asked her a question.
But you didn't ask her who. Mary, were not your exact words, was it Ted Capwell?
I remember now. Yes, that's what I said.
Now, wait a minute. And didn't Inspector Castillo admonish you at the time for that? Do you recall what he said?
Yeah, he said I was putting words in her mouth.
Thank you. No further questions.